the recording again. There we go. And if we go game capture, Timberborn, switch that off. Hopefully that will work. Ozzy, you have missed the poll. However, the winner was Timberborn by like 2 votes. And I say like 2 votes doesn't sound like much, but like it won with 5 votes. The next best was 3. So whatever you would have voted for, it wouldn't have made a difference, unfortunately. Right, give me 1 sec. Is that working? It is working. Let's change our screen res. And come out of full screen. There we go. And we're good. Okay. Boob. Was Boob the level we played? No, Randopolis. Streamy Stream. I think that's probably the one we were playing. I don't know what Boob is. Dong. Morningwood. Okay, yeah, we can... I'm a mature person. Let's load Streamy Stream. Loading this save may result in a crash and you may encounter game-breaking bugs. We strongly recommend starting a new game to fully enjoy the new features. Okay, well then in that case, let's start a new game. I assume no one objects to that. Right, what was I... Yeah, unfortunately, Ozzy, no Amnesia. I have Amnesia installed, and I will probably do Amnesia at some point. I'm just not going to do it now. And honestly, I think I would rather play Timberborn and just chill a little bit. Right, we'll go on normal. Internet George says, what mic are you using? This is not the mic I use for my videos. This is a Corsair Virtuoso, which is a wireless gaming mic. It's rather comfortable. I like Corsair. The mic is decent enough, but I am also doing some processing in... I just clicked a button, didn't I? I'm also doing some processing in VLC, not VLC, OBS. And I can actually show you what processing I am doing. So, where I can disable all of them. Okay, so this is how my voice sounds, just completely raw coming through the mic. And then I switch on all of the extra good juju, and then that's how we be sounding. Right. Hello, Kraken. Thank you for jumping in. We're back on... I swear you were here when we last did Timberborn. Also, I'm not changing the name of the stream, because people who want Lego Island are now going to get Timberborn. My old YouTube account got deleted, and it took me a while to remember all the people I was subbed to. Sorry I missed the last few streams. That is unfortunate. Do you know why your YouTube account got deleted? And, what are we calling our settlement, guys? We could... this... If anyone has a better name than that, we'll, we'll go with that. And then I've got to remember how to play this game. Stiff log, high wood. Random settlement. I think we already did a random settlement. Morningwood we've definitely already done. So Kraken's old account got deleted because one of his comments got 3,000 likes, so he edited it to say Kanye did nothing wrong because it's stupid. Oh dear. Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson I think can be our king, but I don't think he's going to be the name of our... Let's go with... Stiff Log, because Ozzy got there first. We can have Stiff Log. Okay, so I'm going to name the beavers in a minute. I've just got to remember how to play the game. So we need wood, we need food. Ho ho hee hee ha ha. The beavers have to be wet, obviously. I also can't see the... I remember I had this goddamn problem the last time I played, so I can't actually see these buttons down here. I can't see them because they're behind my Windows bar. Which means I actually need to play in full screen. Which unfortunately means you're going to have to look at the game like that. Sorry, but here's how it works. And we've got screen tearing. I've got to switch that off. Sorry, we have screen tearing because we still have VSync switched on. How do I get to the home screen? How can I do it? I'll have to restart the game. If it pisses me off, then I'll restart. Name a beaver, Kanye did nothing wrong. I don't want my channel to get deleted, Mr. Kraken. So, yeah, I will not be doing that. Anyway, let's build. Where are we? So we want them to cut them trees. We're gonna need water, obviously. And I gotta think about dams, so I think I'm gonna dam across there. Ah, okay, no, yeah, hold on. It's all coming back to me. So, we can demolish that. And put our water pump in here. And the reason I'm paused at the moment is so that my beavers don't start starving, for no reason. Because when I hit go, they're gonna start wanting some food. Right, what's the other thing we need? Oh yeah, gathering post. That's a gathering post. So the gathering post goes there, and then the wooding post. Where's the wooding post? There's the wooding post. Right, that will do for now. Come on, beavers. Yeah, there we go. They're going to start doing their thing. Do the sliders on the right of the bottom HUD not open options? They do, but that's the same as pressing escape. Okay, so while they're doing this, because I need to make sure I'm not wasting any time, we need logs, and we have logs there. Those are going to fill up on logs. Why is... That is really weird. I thought numpad plus and minus would speed the game up, but apparently it doesn't. I think that might be a bug. Okay. So we need a lumber mill to make planks. And we're going to put that back there so that it's not on the arable land or arable land. I'm not a farmman. I don't know which way around it is. Oh, yeah, so the problem opportunity is because I had to basically I had to cap the frames on my computer, like with my graphics card, not with the game, in order for Lego Island 2 to run properly. And now, in order to switch it off, I'd have to restart this game, which I'm not going to do. Unless it's pissing me off. Right, let's get a list of beaver names. So, who do we have? We have Ozzy, who just sent me a super chat, which I will read now, actually. Thank you, sir. Quote something wooden from the Hobbit movies in this wet stream, so some stiff agent from Warner Brothers will have to look around the liquid stream of you beavering around. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if I do a really good impression of, like, Thorin or something, then it might flag up. I don't know. But then the stream would get taken down immediately. So, yeah. Okay, I will call one of the beavers Kanye. I'm not calling him Kanye did nothing wrong. That one can be Zach. This one can be Kraken. Who else is in chat? Snickety Simmons. By the way, there will be more beavers, but unlike a lot of other games like this, the beavers have a limited lifespan. They will die, which means you'll die. So if someone isn't named after a beaver, if someone doesn't have a beaver named after them, they will become a beaver when more get born. Captain Silly Frog. Now let's spell it properly. Opportunity. Nick Stinger. Ender. Evie. Squad. Right, two more. Next two names I see. DJ Mutt. One more. Zach, we've already got. Did I do Jalmari? I did not. Right, there we go. So, there will be more beavers, however, they will not reproduce until I give them somewhere to reproduce, which I don't do yet. What is the hotkey for speed? Why is this the key bindings menu? I don't remember this. Oh, it's 1, 2, and 3. That's how you... Right, got it. Okay. Right, so the water... The watery is now functioning. So we need a science building relatively early on. We'll probably farm... I think if we chop down those trees, we can turn this into a farm, because this land will always be good. And then that can be where we do our trees, and this can be where we do our houses. And also, yes, wood and water, boys. Yes, Zach, yeah, pretty much you're right. It's a beaver sim, essentially. It's a city builder, but it's also a survival game. You can die, you can fail, you can run out of resources because you start getting droughts. And if you haven't stockpiled enough resources, then you will just... Everyone will starve and die, and then you get in a death spiral because the beavers won't reproduce if they're not happy, and all the rest of it. So it has a little bit more to it than just a, I guess, vanilla city builder. And I do quite like it for that reason. This is also one of the... I think I can count the number of... Yeah, I'll phrase it like this. I can count the number of early access games that I own on one hand, on one finger. This game is the only one. So it is quite good to play. And I streamed it a couple of times. I think I only streamed it once, actually, but it was like a 9-hour stream or something stupid. Right, resources for demolition. Let's get rid of them. And let's get rid of that so we can build our path. Houses we're not going to worry about yet. Let's also make them work a little bit longer, because beavers don't actually need sleep, even though it might piss them off. Water pump, we're good. Science factory, we do need. Because when we get science, we can then unlock all this other stuff, and we need the dam, ideally, before the first drought. Unless we have enough water stockpiled. Did you ever check out the RTS where you can have others play your units? Someone may have mentioned that to me. It could have been you. What was the name of the game? Because most things that people have mentioned to me I have made a note of. I just can't remember all of them. Where is it? Storage. Yeah, let's put that there. For, no, that's a stupid place for that to go because we can't put a road around it. Let's put it... Let's put it there, and then we can do this. So the green line is how far away from your district you can go, and then you have to make a new district if you want to go further. So you have to be efficient with your paths that you're building. Right, that's capped on berries, which means we need somewhere to put it. Large pile, medium warehouse. Okay, so the warehouses we want... to stack on top of each other. That is a really inefficient place for it to go. Let's put one there for now, and then I'll probably get rid of it afterwards. Terraria I've not played. I don't own it either. But yeah, could be fun. I don't know. I'm open to the idea. Oh, for Christ's sake, that needs power to operate. Oh, that is annoying. Well, in that case, I could have gone with a water wheel, but I can't now. We're going to have to go with a power wheel. Which means one of these beavers is going to have to, power it. That is unfortunate. I totally forgot that that was a thing in the game. Oh well. So these beavers are clearing this. That's capped. That is also capped. So we're going to temporarily go over here. I think ramps are the first thing we need, if I am not mistaken. And then eventually, I guess, houses. So what we can do is you can build water wheels, and then you can build, like, power shafts, which will carry the power of the water wheel across places. But the problem is if you do that, you can't then put anything else on those tiles. Which I don't want there to just be, like, shafts going all the way across all of this. Okay, so we're going to be putting wood there. Building lacks power, yes we know. That needs to be built, and it will be built soon. Mr. Silly Frog is working at the water pump. He's pumping away. So our two builders are Zach and Kanye. Oh dear. Ender has grown up. So Ender is no longer a little baby hamster, gerbil, squirrel, beaver. And right now they're all not particularly happy because they don't have any shelter, but I need to get my infrastructure up before I start building them houses. Which may sound a little bit harsh, but unfortunately, 'tis the way. 'Tis the way. Right. Let's get some lumber. Again. So there's a couple of other games like this that I think I might stream at some point. 2 Point Hospital, which I own. City Skylines is good, but I've played that quite a lot. Planet Coaster, what's the other one? Zoo? Not Zoo Simulator, Planet Zoo, I think it is. That I've not played. I'm gonna put berries in there. There we go. Right, that's relatively efficient. Although this needs to be built. 40 logs, Jesus. Yeah, City Skylines 2 I haven't heard anything about. I just know that it is going to exist. So, could be good. I genuinely don't know. Who's working in science? Ender, you're our science man. And I think the first thing we want... Well, given how deep the water is, we don't need... Where's the dams? I mean, we could get the levee. The... Floodgate, double flood... Yeah, I guess just the single floodgate would be enough because of the height. We don't need any more. Usually you go for the deeper one, but I'm not planning on damming any deeper water. Yeah, Frostpunk, of course, is another option, although I obviously have already streamed that. Okay, how are we doing? Everyone's good on resources, let's give them somewhere to sleep. Because if you don't give them somewhere to sleep, they will not make more beavers. Where is it? Where's the house? There's the house. Although I think probably the first thing I'm going to research is the ramp. Oh, they don't have food. Well, that's because they're not going to get food. That's not good. The RTS game is called Silica. Yes, I want to say I have that on my Steam wishlist, because that name definitely rings a bell. And yeah, Frostpunk 2 is another one. I've been kind of following that for a little while. Also, when I was at the UK Game Expo a couple of months ago, we saw but didn't buy the Frostpunk board game, which looked... I mean, I have no idea how it played, but they had it all set up on a table, and there was, I guess, a miniature for the heater in the middle. But how you actually play the game, I have no idea. Right, Forester, we need to research. Efficient farmhouse. Isn't it just a normal farmhouse? I guess not. Okay, so the farmhouse, we're going to go 2 farmhouses and they're going to farm away in all of this area up here. So once this is built and we need this land, we can knock down these blueberry bushes. It's ridiculously complicated, did not enjoy it at all. The Frostpunk board game. Because if so, that's unfortunate. It looked really cool, but yeah, it could be too much, I don't know. They're lacking shelter. Well, some of them have shelter, so Zach, Kanye, and Jalmari are sleeping in that one. No one is sleeping in this one yet. Who's on the hamster wheel? No one is on the hamster wheel. Okay, well then we need more beavers, don't we? It plays like the game Frostpunk with the added bonus of discussing every decision. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys have played Through the Ages, because that's another game that is it is complicated, but it's also, once you know how to play it, it's just long to play. So we found that the video game version of it was actually a more fun way to play it, because it does the busy work for you. Right, storage, we need a tank. Let's build 2 tanks, actually. There we go. Who's sleeping this one? Kraken, Ozzy, and Evie. You need hamsters to put on the wheel. Yeah, I do, which actually means I should probably prioritize that. Which means somewhere else is lacking workers, so no one is there, that's fine. Because once this is on, we have planks, which then means I can build the forester once I have enough science. Which requires 60. Yeah, let's go for that first, why not? Because once we have planks, we can actually start doing things. Yeah, we don't need another science building yet, but we may at some point. Oh shit. Yeah. Whoops. I may have done a stupid. So I marked them for demolition instead of for harvesting. So they've just demolished some of those trees that I could have harvested. That's annoying, but oh well. They've demolished all of that, which means now I need the forester in order to replant there. Which I will get. Who's doing it? Ender. Ender has nearly researched wherever it is. A forester. 59. It's nighttime. Come on, we need a forester. Pedal faster. Random, I summed up Encanto for you. Encanto is ruler of the red-nosed reindeer, but there's no reindeer. I have seen Encanto. I don't entirely understand. I mean, maybe it is that. I honestly can't remember. That's the thing, is like if I watch a movie ages and ages ago and I'm just like, this does nothing for me, it goes out of my brain. Okay, so the forester we want to put probably... I guess for efficiency, let's make this middle bit... Yeah, why not? Let's put the forester there. That'll work. Can you lose this game? How? So, you start getting droughts after, I want to say, day 10. You need to have stockpiled enough resources to survive. Because obviously, if your beavers die, then you have no one to build anything, no one to staff your buildings, and you end up in a death spiral. So, yeah. Okay, Evie, you don't need to be there, so I can demolish that. Planks, this is still going. What's the other thing we need? I'm definitely missing something. Okay, Evie is now working in the farmhouse, so... Plant crops. For the moment, we're going to go carrots. Because the other crops take quite a lot longer, and we need something that is relatively quick to grow. So we'll go with that. And Evie is going to prioritize planting, and then we'll make another one to prioritize harvesting once we have more beavers. Which, to have more beavers, I need to have more houses, so hence needing to get more wood. Right, what are we doing? Demolish. There we go, and then I will replant there. And then I'll turn all of this into carrots. How was your Joda Punk? Sorry, yeah, you asked this at the beginning of the stream. I totally forgot to answer. How was your first game of 10th edition 40k? So we played 2 games, and we know the rules for 9th pretty well, and like generally there's not much in the way of changes to 9th. Like broadly speaking, the game plays in fundamentally the same way, which meant that the only bits that we had to actually check rules on were data sheets and stat lines and like keywords for like this gun has devastating wounds, like what does that mean, and then we'd look it up. And yeah, so we didn't really spend very much time checking things. And the main things that we found is that the scenery rules in 9th kind of bugged us because it would seem very board gamey and very janky and not very intuitive. And because of how lethal 9th edition Warhammer was, you may end up in a gotcha situation. You essentially every game would end up in a gotcha situation where I'd be like, I can see the arse end of your tank poking out from behind this wall. And that rules as written means that I can destroy the tank with anyone that can see that bit of the tank. And because tanks can't benefit from cover in 9th edition, if I'm hitting you with something that can kill a tank, your tank is gone because you accidentally left its butt sticking out from behind a wall. So in the case of a tank might be able to weather that, but then in the case of, like, say, I don't know, an infantry squad or whatever, if you can see the head of one guy, you can kill the entire squad. That's the way it used to be. The way it is now is every single model in the game can benefit from cover if you can't see the whole model. So that will include tanks, that will include vehicles, that'll include monsters, it'll include everything. Which essentially means that when you're positioning your models and drawing line of sight, you just say, can I see your model? Yes or no. Can I see all of your model? Yes or no. That's it. So it is so much quicker. And it basically meant that you could do what made sense, like sort of intuitively when you're moving models around on a table, rather than think, what will the game rules allow me to do efficiently? That kind of thing. So yeah, the first game we did... I need to build a couple more houses. Let's put one... Yeah, let's put one there, and then we can put one there that will not get built until after we have a ramp. Yeah, so the thing... The first game that we did was Tyranids... Actually, no, yeah, both games we did. I was playing Tyranids, and he was playing Guard. Imperial Guard. And he's got a lot of guards, so he kind of mixes his lists up all the time. I won the first game. And he then played a mechanized infantry, mechanized armored list. So he was just running lots of big tanks, and because tanks are a lot harder to kill in 9th, and also because Tyranids struggle with anti-tank, I lost the game essentially because I was unable to kill enough of his units. Right. No available workers in district. Okay, so now we are definitely needing... more beaverses. Which means we need more houses, so that one actually can go lowest priority. And let's tell... No one is working there yet, but I can change the priority in a minute. We want... So birch will grow quickly. Eventually we want to be doing maple, but I do not want to be doing maple yet. Or is it oak that I want to do? Let me just read this quickly. Those are pine. 9 days for 1, 12 days for 2, 24 days for 4, 28 for 6, 30 for 8. So I guess it's oak that eventually you want to do. Although I feel like oak they've just added, because maple used to be the best. Let's go pine. We'll do some pining. And then we can make a path to go down there, so we can then build some more buildings. And... yeah, there we go. So we'll just let this run for a little bit while they're gathering. George, see you later. Thank you for jumping in. Hope you have enjoyed. Oak is best if you have the time, but pine is good at the beginning. Okay. Is oak new? Because last time I played this, I seem to remember maple being the best. Jalmari, Evie, DJ Mutt, and Ender have all grown up. Please wood, give me what I need. Pining. If I said that, then that will no doubt get clipped out of context. How much do we need for that? Wooden stairs are 70. Are you fucking serious? Jesus. Okay, well then in that case we just need to build houses because we need more beavers. I've already built more than the beavers can handle. So... house will fit there, I think? It will. Excellentio. So yeah, part of the, I guess, strategy in this game is that you have the green land, which is green because it's next to the water, which means when you stop having water in the drought, it will stop being green, and that will affect your crops and everything. So essentially you want to be building your houses and your production buildings on the brown, dead land, because otherwise you're wasting space, essentially. So that's where the kind of base building aspect of it comes in. Right, I just saw people were unhappy, so shelter, hunger is becoming an issue, but we're doing okay for food, I think? Berries? We're not planting any berries, so once this is empty, we're going to change this to carrots, because all of this is carrots. Actually, we can plant some more carrots. I don't think I asked you guys as well, what movies have you watched this week, if any, that are worth mentioning? Because I watched, I said earlier, Fast and Furious 10. I think that's the only one I've watched that I haven't mentioned on Discord already. Hey, Bleeders. And yeah, this has happened again. We finished Lego Island. I'm not going to change the name of the... Can I change the name of the stream? Hold on, because that might be... Nah, I'd have to change the thumbnail, so I'm not going to do that. I mean, if anyone wants to watch Lego Island, I'm sure they'll enjoy Timberborn. DJ Matt watched Elemental. Nick watched Sisu, the Finnish war film about killing Nazis. I've heard that's good. What did you think of it? And Evie says, I just remember this because you were talking about horror comedies earlier. Wouldn't Cocaine Bear count as a horror comedy? No. I mean, I'm trying to answer that as if it was a good movie, because it was... I thought it was terrible. The comedy in Cocaine Bear is... It's a bear that's on cocaine, and that's it. There isn't a joke in the movie beyond that concept. And the horror in the movie is the bear, like, bites people's legs off. Like, that isn't horror. It's only horror in the sense that, oh no, I don't want the bear to bite my legs off. Like, that isn't horror. You've got to do a little bit more than that for it to be horror. But theoretically, if Cocaine Bear was a good movie, I don't think I would describe it as horror comedy. I think the only way to describe Cocaine Bear is it's just a straight-up comedy, but it's not funny at all, which is why it's terrible. HP Lefty watched Seven Samurai and The Prestige. Wow, okay. Both of those are fantastic movies. Hold on, we can switch that off. Kraken, you're now unemployed. Hopefully you're going to work here. No, you're not. You're going to work in the farmhouse, so let's switch that off. There we go. Kraken, you're now our forester. I watched Shutter Island, but I got it spoiled from your video before I saw it. Oh, shit. Did my video spoil it? I really hope it didn't. Because I remember I referenced one part of Shutter Island, but I can't remember exactly what I said. I hope I didn't spoil it for you. If I did, then I am very sorry. Next week I'm going to see Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken. Hopefully it's turning red, but actually good. I feel like I've seen an advert for Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken, and I don't understand why films like that exist, honestly. But if it's good, then great. But yeah, I don't know. Something about the animation style in those movies just really does not vibe with me at all. Right, Ender has nearly researched wooden stairs, which means we can now go up. Is Cabin in the Woods a horror comedy? Yes, sorry, Cabin in the Woods I would definitely call a horror comedy. But the point I was making earlier was that it, like a successful horror comedy, possibly any horror comedy, the horror bits aren't gonna be funny, and the funny bits aren't gonna be scary. Because those are two conflicting emotions. Like, it's entirely possible that there's an example and that I'm just wrong with my gut instinct on that. But like the horror comedies I'm thinking of would abide to that rule. So, for example, in Cabin in the Woods, there are bits of it that are scary, and then there are bits of it that are funny. And it succeeds as a horror comedy because neither the scary nor the funny undermines the other. I'm trying to think of a bad... The thing is, with a bad horror comedy, there's going to be other reasons why it's bad. So, hold on. We can keep planting. We need more carrots. Put your backs into it, whoever's working here. Evie and Jalmari. Her I have seen once, and her seems like exactly my kind of movie, but when I watched it, I was like... I thought it was good. But it didn't get a leg up into great for me. But maybe I need to rewatch it. I probably do. Okay, does everyone have somewhere to sleep? It looks like they do. Let's build one more house just in case, so that way they can get with the baby making. Yeah, let's put it there. And then we'll make sure everyone has food. And we'll demolish those, and then we can start building or planting more trees. There could be something that's scary to one person and funny to the other. Yeah, that's true, definitely. Which is why I think that it's a fine line when you're dealing with a horror comedy in particular. Because if you watch, I don't know, Alien, which is, like, Alien is definitely not a horror comedy. However, if someone watches it and they find the bit that's meant to be scary funny, then it has failed as a horror movie to that person. And that, like, with older horror movies like Alien, it might be that there's a bit of wiggle room there, because, like, not that I think this of Alien, but, like, schlocky or unconvincing visual effects might give you that reaction. So, like, an example of this, actually, is The Thing, the John Carpenter movie. I watched that with a friend the other day, and he had never seen it before. And we did a double feature. We watched that and The Hateful Eight, because I know that The Thing was a big influence on The Hateful Eight when Tarantino made it. And with The Thing, he did not find it scary, and in a lot of parts he didn't find it compelling because he was unconvinced by the visual effects. And I think the visual effects in that movie are fantastic. Like, it's all ridiculous puppetry and all of that. There's a couple of bits that I think are stop motion. But when he kind of explained that it was like... It's not that it looked bad, it's that he knew it wasn't real. And if that's the case, you know, that's his opinion, and it's like, in that case, The Thing will not have been an effective horror movie to him. And I can understand that view, especially when you're dealing with older movies. Which is why I kind of... The way I view horrors and comedies is, if I don't laugh and I don't find it actively scary, is it still a good movie? If the answer is yes, it's a good horror movie, or it's a good comedy. So I'm going to demolish that so we can build a road going around this. Has anyone been born? No one has been born yet. Hunger. Why are we struggling for hunger? This needs to contain carrots. So the reason we're struggling for hunger, or for food, would be the normal person way of saying that, is because the carrots are still growing, but they're about to finish. They're about to be reaped. Because we've run out of berries. Might watch Aliens with a friend sometime soon, which will be my first time seeing it, I believe. Aliens is one of the best movies ever made, so I hope you enjoy it thoroughly. It is fantastic, that movie. And yes, Jalmari, I've discussed that exact scene on stream before. If I was to re-edit Alien, I would make an edit during that scene that would hide it completely. Because you can just clip in someone else's reaction as you swap Ian Holmes' head for the puppet. Or the other way around. And that's it. Like, it's an editing error. And that isn't something that is a concession that you should have to make because the movie came out in 1979, because you could have just edited that in. That's the only problem that I have with Alien. And again, that's a potential topic for a future video. I haven't quite decided if I will do a video on Alien, but yeah. Right. Evie and Jalmari are harvesting them carrots, which should hopefully feed everyone. And then we can start getting more beavers and put them to work once they've grown up. Are we full of water? Nearly. So, what do we want next? I think what we want next is... We've got food, we've got... the problem is this wood's going to take a little while, so is there... Can we get to any more wood? Yeah, I mean, we can get up here. And then whoever's working here, Nick and Ozzy, can chop that wood. Once we get across the river, we can get some more wood and berries, and I can go up there, but not until this path has been built. So do we have any unemployed beavers? Because if we do... that's the wrong button. How do I view my beavers? There we go. Persnickety is very unhappy. Why are you unhappy? Jesus, what is going on? Some of you are really happy, some of you really aren't. What the fuck? Oh, you're hungry, you're starving. That's not good. Okay, I'm sorry that you're not eating. We have carrots. You're just choosing not to eat, I guess. Please don't die. Oh shit, we've got new beavers, right. We've got new beavers. We have 3 baby beavers. So, names. I don't think Kuro? Yep, Kuro, you don't already exist, so you're now a little baby. Adrian, you're a baby. Actually, I'll do your full name so that I know that it's you and not a beaver name. And one more. If anyone wants to be a beaver, name a beaver. Galadriel. Sorry, there's the doggo. Wife has just come home. Dog is protecting my house. Right, this beaver is Galadriel. Right. What were we talking about? Resident Evil. Oh god, the Resident Evil films. Those films are something else. They are very funny, but I don't think they're supposed to be funny. I would call... Yeah, rather than calling them horror comedy, I would call them bad horror, which oftentimes leads to unintended comedy. Which I think that's actually an interesting discussion, and I'm not entirely sure where I sit on it. Because the whole death of the author thing, like, that's fine. Until it comes to, okay, but is this supposed to be absurd? Because, like, if someone watches Resident Evil and they're just laughing hysterically because nothing makes any goddamn sense, the makers of Resident Evil would probably be like, well, no, you're supposed to be scared. Like, what? Why aren't you scared? Why are you laughing? But then at the same time, if they had made it... like, it's kind of like The Room. If any of you have seen The Room, Tommy Wiseau movie, how good that movie is entirely changes depending on whether or not it was supposed to be funny or not. Because it is very funny, but it's very funny because it is incompetently made. But if it was deliberately incompetently made, then different story. So, right, where are we on resources? We need more men. We need more water. No, we need more storage for the water. Which we can unlock, but I'm not going to yet. So let's put that there. Everyone's good on food. No one... Yep, good. No, none of you are pissed off with me. So that's good. Oh, I need to set these to harvest, don't I? No, not demolition. Shit. Wrong button. Stop it. Stop it. Don't you dare. Not demolition. Cut trees. There we go. Okay, so the next thing that I need to research, I think, has got to be a dam, because if the water goes, then my water pump stops working and then I'm just running on fumes. Which I don't want, because I don't want all 15 of you lovely beavers to... I don't want you to get dry, and I don't want you to die. So, we want the floodgate, which is 150 science, so I think we have no choice at this point but to make another science hut. I don't want to place it efficiently, though, so... yeah, let's put it there. Why not? And then I can turn all of this into trees after the fact. How many unemployeds do we have? Persnickety, you're the only unemployed, which should mean that you become our scientist. Sort of like Starship Troopers, the director allegedly chose not the best actors to make them all stiff, like in propaganda, because the movie was in-universe propaganda. Kind of, because yes, Starship Troopers is probably a very good example of that, because I really, really like Starship Troopers. I also think there's two ways you can view the film. I mean, there's probably more ways that you can view the film, but like, you can either enjoy it as just a Michael Bay-esque people shooting the aliens, isn't this fun movie. And it functions as that, like it's an enjoyable... there we go, water. It's an enjoyable, essentially trashy action movie, but then there's also another layer on top of it, which is, like you say, the propaganda, the satire, the parody. And that's kind of where the whole death of the author question mark comes in. Because if Paul Verhoeven did not... if he just wanted to make a trashy Michael Bay type action movie, and people were reading into it, that, oh, the actors are terrible, so he's this is obviously a satire of XYZ, like, then I don't think that he would necessarily like you saying that. So we will see. Give me 1 sec. Wife has just got home. Righty, I am back. What's what? Yeah, I know. You can leave my door open if you want, because it is very hot in here. It's very hot in general, actually. Food. Why do we not have enough food? Oh, it's because it's nighttime, that's why. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're doing okay, we're doing okay. I don't think we're going to have the dam built by the time we get to the first drought, which I thought was on day 10. It might be day 15, though. Would you ever consider Velocipaster as a potential movie night? Yes, that's on the list, absolutely, because that's a very funny movie. Tura, thank you for jumping in chat. I hope you're having a good day. After watching you talk about The Hobbits for me now, I see it as a movie for kids. Another movie for kids, nothing more. It's not Lord of the Rings, just a mask for the kids show. Yeah, that's... if The Lord of the Rings didn't exist, then I would absolutely have no problem with viewing it that way myself. But it's in continuity, it's in universe. It's constantly referencing The Lord of the Rings, so I can't really make that concession. Like, the only way out for me, really, which is something I'm gonna go through a little bit in the final autopsy, is the idea that The Hobbit was written... like, it's told from Bilbo's perspective, like the prologue, where he's talking about Erebor. The entire film is that. So, or the entire trilogy is that. So it's him exaggerating things, it's him inserting bits that he didn't know, it's him exaggerating various character traits and all the rest of it, making things up for scenes that he wasn't there. And it's like, okay, you know, that might explain it, but that doesn't suddenly mean that it makes sense. It means that Bilbo in universe told a shitty story, which doesn't make it not a shitty story. That's the short version, but I've written a fair bit on that that'll be released in, I don't know, at this rate, probably next year, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Bilbo made up a whole new character called Ladyless. Yeah, well, like, yeah, so that concept, you can kind of back it up. I just don't find it a very compelling argument, because, like, all of the insane bullshit that, like, Legolas and Ladyless do could be that Bilbo was misremembering or exaggerating because he was so in awe of what the elves were capable of, because he's never met one before, and it's like, holy shit, they were practically balancing on the heads of the dwarves while nailing every shot. Like, okay. But then you show me a scene later where, yeah, when maybe they could do that and they don't, and yeah. It just becomes, in particular in the third film, copyright permitting, you guys will be able to see it. It becomes a little bit silly. How's our science going? Who's there? Persnickety is no longer unemployed. Persnickety and Bender are our scientists. Oh, and also I need to mark those to be cut. And yes, Nick, I've heard of fan edits of the Hobbit movies that are supposed to be close to the books. So for the final autopsy video, I have found one. I found it a little while ago that I am going to watch. Because there's loads of re-edits of the Hobbit trilogy that do different things. And the one I've found sounds like it will fix most of the problems that I have, so I'm going to watch it and kind of give a brief overview of what it does to fix, or not, as the case may end up being. But I haven't watched it yet, no. And to be honest, I need to take a little bit of a break from watching The Hobbit, because it's been my life for a little while. Where was the thing we needed next? 150 science, so we still need more science. Right, we're about to have a big influx of carrots. Which should hopefully mean that no one's going to starve, and the water is doing alright. So I think we build a dam... no. Hold on, yeah, I need to prepare for this, actually. We need to build a dam over here. And then we'll probably have to have another district over here. And, yeah, so water physics in this game actually matters. So you can see that the water is flowing quicker there than it is there. And we can build... I think it's levees? Yeah, levees. So I need to research them as well, to artificially create channels to put our water wheels in to make them spin faster. Because right now this wheel is outputting 52 horsepower somehow instead of 50. Oh no, it's 52 out of 50 that's required. If you put one down here, it can do like 300 or something. So I'll demolish that when the time comes, and then we can power all of our industrial buildings up here. Right, we do need storage for planks, or we need to start spending them. Is there anything I can spend them on right now? No, but I am going to need them. Do I need them for the... Yes, I do. Okay, so in that case, yeah, we're going to build another storage for... Oh, there's nowhere efficient to put it. Let's put it there. And I'll move it later. So that will store my planks. The reason for that is because that means that this building can keep producing planks rather than just being capped at 13 and having them not going anywhere. So then, that way, once I have enough science to research the stuff that I need... we can then spend it pretty much immediately. No, that's a warehouse. Small tank, there we go. Righty, chatty chat. What have we been discussing in the meantime? Not sure if she counts as a Mary Sue. Who are we referring to there? Oh, Alice, as in the Resident Evil. I don't know if I can actually give a serious answer to whether or not she's a Mary Sue, because those movies are just so ridiculous. I don't... As far as I remember, all of her insane bullshit is explained, but it's explained in such a way as, from memory, it can't not make sense. They just say she got injected with the stuff and now she's a god. And it's like, okay, well, then you've justified it, but it's not a particularly satisfying way to tell a story. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure that I could argue that either way, because it's the Resident Evil movies that I haven't seen for God knows how long. Right, we need another supply of wood. Yeah, they can get there, right, because otherwise, yeah, we're going to run out of wood while these trees be planting. Or growing. Actually, yeah, we got some land up here we can use. I might do that before I go over the bridge. Over the river. And I think, even though these are dead trees, I think I can still chop them and they're worth... I guess they're worth the same, they just don't regrow. That's fine. Oh, and yes, Zach, the Red Letter Media bit where they lose their minds watching the Wesker fight, that clip, it's just Rich Evans, his laugh, just throughout that whole video. It's fantastic. Because I want to say that film came out in 3D, because you've got the bit where he, like, throws his sunglasses at the camera or something stupid. Oh, who's broken? Nick, you've broken your teeth. Hold on, how do we fix this? Teeth grindstone. Yeah, here we go. We'll give you a teeth grindstone. We'll stick it right there. Okay, Kraken isn't actually doing anything now, which means I should probably start planting stuff here. What is this? Pine. Yeah, we'll go for more pine, and then when we cross the river, we'll do more. We'll do maple or something. The sunglasses thing is taken directly from the fight in Resident Evil 5. Okay, fair enough. I love seeing the EFAP guys watch those. Yes, I did. Actually, I think that's the most recent way that I watched those films, because I had seen all of them. But yeah, I watched the... I guess it would have been EFAP movies that they did on them, and that was very funny. Yes, his foot got smooshed. Yes, I totally forgot about that. That was brilliant. Right, so we got a drought coming in 3 days, which means I don't think we're going to have a dam built in time. We need to stockpile as much water and food as we can. So let's get another worker. Hold on, how old are the babies? Because they can't work when they're babies. 71%. Oh, we have new babies. Are there any names in chat? Bleeders, you're not a beaver. Piri Bag? Jeremy, you're not a beaver, and... Give me a name. Give me a name. Somebody give me a name. We need to name this poor beaver. He can't be going around called Tanjin. Or I might just call him Wesker. No, we already have a Kanye. We're not calling this one Kanye as well. Baloney. Alright, Baloney. Okay. No available workers. Well, as long as we've got one person doing science, I guess that's fine, because... Well, you're currently not chopping anything, which means I can switch that off until the trees have grown, because there's no point. Yeah, hopefully this drought doesn't hit us too hard. Yeah, 150, right, here we go. Floodgate. Hopefully this is the right one. So, we're going to do that. And that is too far, which means, irritatingly, this is the way the game works. I have to build a ramp going down and then a little path under... Because the beavers can go in the water, they just need a... they need steps to get into the water. So I'm going to have to do that in order to extend the range at which they can go into the water, which is kind of annoying because it costs planks, but I think we've stockpiled enough, so maybe... How many do we need? 10 logs, 5 planks. We've got enough planks. Do we have enough logs? We don't have enough logs. This is going to be a problem. Sheet! Let's up the priority on that. Nick can work there instead of wherever he was working before. Someone was working there, but they're now not. We're running low on wood. Okay, so... Nick is chopping wood. Someone should hopefully then come here in order to grab the wood that he's chopping to turn it into this dam. Hopefully that will happen. I think, right? That'll happen. It will happen. Excellent, right. Please don't be running low on water. We've got water. Are the beavers French? I don't think so. I mean, if any of you guys are French, then I guess your beaver is French. But I didn't make them French. Fun game, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I don't know what that is. Thoughts on Dog Soldiers? I think I watched half of it years and years and years ago. I can't remember it. But I really like... How much have I drunk? Jesus Christ. I really like Neil Marshall's other film, The Descent, which is fantastic. But, yeah, Dog Soldiers, I don't know. I will have to watch it at some point. Persnickety Simmons died of old age. That's unfortunate. Persnickety, if you're still in chat, give me a name and the next beaver to be born. I will name that name. Yeah, there isn't a spare one yet. How's our wood doing? 50% grown, and then we're going to get a massive influx of wood, which will let us... Well, it'll let us build a load of stuff over here, hopefully. And the next thing we want to research, I think, is probably the platform, because the platform essentially will act as a bridge that will get the beavers across the river. Yeah, we need more houses. There's never enough. Okay, we got 1.2 days. Yeah, we're not going to have the dam finished in time. That's irritating. Hey, Random, can you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Yes, I can. I just did. I don't know why you want me to say that, but yes. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a rather old fantasy RTS with multiple factions, and each of those have unique bases and units as well as playable heroes. Okay. I mean, I like RTS games, so yeah, I may have to check that one out. So we've got a reasonable stockpile of food and a reasonable stockpile of water. Hopefully that's going to be enough. I'm not sure it'll be enough. Oh well. Do we have any unemployeds? Galadriel and Aegean. Neither of them are employed. Okay, so in that case... Yeah, in that case we're going to do this. So... This is a trick that you can do, which supposedly is... It increases the efficiency of farming, as you have two separate farmhouses. One prioritizes gathering, the other prioritizes planting, which means that there's never a gap when crops are harvested. But obviously it requires the beaver staff to actually do it. Right, we're about to hit a drought. Hey, random, can you talk in an American accent? I probably can. I don't think I'm going to, though. I might have to have a little bit more whiskey to do that. Although I do a Scottish accent in the Battle of the Five Armies video, but if that never gets released, then you'll never hear it. I also do an impression of a bird. Right, so now the music's gotten dramatic, because if we go over here, it's drought season, which means the water has stopped watering, which means our water pump is going to stop pumping, which means Mr. Sillyfrog will, I guess, be unemployed. And unfortunately, our dam was not finished in time. I think, if I'm right... Yeah, that's the edge of the map, so I think... all of this dries up. I don't think that you keep the lake. I'm not sure. Did you watch the extended cuts for the Hobbit films? Yes. All of the videos I've done for the Hobbit movies have been the extended versions. And I'm going to explain that properly, because I explained it briefly why I did that at the beginning of the first one, but it has proved to be a bit contentious. Because it seems like the extended versions are like universally regarded to be trash, at least compared to the originals. And I would agree, the extended versions are worse. So I'm going to properly explain why I did that in the Final Autopsy video. And yes, Season 2 of Rings of Power is happening. As for how long it will go after Season 2, I don't know. Why is the water not draining out? Oh, it is slowly draining out, okay. Trees, where are we on trees? 72%. And we're on 95 science, and we need 100 for the platform. Is someone working there now? Kuro's now working there. 100, there we go. So. And there goes the water. So, as you can see, this is why pine trees are quite good, because it will die in 13 days, and thankfully the drought does not last 13 days, whereas the carrots will die in 2.1 days, which means I'm going to lose all of these carrots. Luckily I have 139, but there's, where is it? One of these... I think it's wheat. It's either wheat or potatoes. I think potatoes are just a safe bet. They just take forever to grow. They take 6 days instead of 4. Wheat, I think, is extremely fragile, and it will die in like 10 seconds as soon as there's a drought. So you've got to be really careful where you place wheat. But I think in terms of efficiency, it's the best one. Hey, Larry. Hope you're doing good. Yes, Nick. So the extended... There are some extended scenes that I am absolutely baffled as to why they're not in the extended cut. Because even though the Battle of Five Armies is not good, there's there are two scenes in particular, just off the top of my head, which are the two that you mentioned. No, wait, sorry. Thorin's death and Dane's coronation. So that's one that I just do not know why that one was not included. And there's also a battle sequence earlier in the film, which is not necessary, so I can see why it was cut, but it makes a moment that happens during the battle make a lot more sense. So by cutting it, it's like it seems to have almost come out of nowhere. So, yeah. Isn't that the opposite of real wheat? It could be, I don't know. I could also be getting the potatoes and the wheat mixed up. Oh, we have new beavers. New beavers have been born. Shamra, so you can be Larry. Larry, you're now a beaver. Both crops can go horribly wrong IRL. Yeah, I can believe that, definitely, but I know nothing about growing, like, farming. And yes, I will eventually have a good mix of food, but at the moment I'm just going for carrots. So what I'll probably do... I mean, it's difficult to tell at the moment, because obviously all of this is... Apart from that, all of this is now dried up land. So what I'll probably do is once that is dammed off, I'll have a run down here of, like, potatoes, just kind of following the coast. I guess coast? Riverbank? Or whatever the word would be, I don't know. But yeah, we seem to be doing okay. The only bit we're struggling on is wood, and once all of this finishes, then we'll be good on wood. So if I've done this right, I should hopefully... You can see this line is going red. That's because we're getting too far from the district. There we go. Right. So all of that will be part of the same district once this bridge is built. Which is exactly what we want. Can we talk about the games Random Film Talk likes to play? What is the best RTS game you've ever played in your life, and have you tried Hearts of Iron 4? No, I haven't. RTS... Best RTS games I've played in my life. Probably StarCraft 2. That's definitely the one I've played the most. Warcraft 3 is obviously up there. I'm just going to check Steam in case I'm missing any obvious ones. While I leave the beavers running in the background. So, RTS. The Total War games don't really do it for me. Heretical as that may be. Dawn of War is excellent. I replayed that fairly recently. In particular, Dark Crusade, although I do really like the story missions in the first one. Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 1, actually. Both of those I really like. Off the top of my head, just going from like Blizzard games and also games I have on Steam that are RTS games, those would be the ones I would say. Yeah, I mean, it could be that there are others, but those would be the ones I would go to. And yes, turn-based strategy games I also really like, in particular Civ. If XCOM falls into that category, I also really, really like XCOM. Civ 6 and XCOM are my two most played Steam games. Right, the drought is nearly done, and our dam is nearly done, which should mean that we don't have to struggle for water again. Unfortunately, all our carrots are drying out, but we've stockpiled quite a few. Advanced Wars, Supreme Commander, Red Alert, I've not played any of those. Crusader Kings 3, no, not played them. Yeah, like RTS games, if it's good, I'll like it. I mean, it's kind of a cop-out to say that if the game is good, I'll like it. But yeah, there are some genres of games that I just don't really have any time for. But maybe that's because I haven't played the right ones. I don't know. Like, I'm not really into FPS games, but if it's really good, I'll enjoy it. Where is Baloney? Where is Baloney? I mean, sleeping at the moment, probably. Baloney is currently unemployed. How do I... Is there not a button I can press that... Yeah, Baloney is currently sleeping in this house. Oh, yes, RTS games for Lord of the Rings, and they're amazing. Yeah, Battle for Middle-earth. Those would be on the list. I do not know why they're not on Steam. If they were, I'd pick them up in a heartbeat, because even just playing the campaigns with the different missions in, you know, using all the heroes was so much fun. Great games. Age of Mythology I never actually played, I don't think. There was also one that I played when I was much, much younger, which you've just reminded me of, which I cannot remember what it was called, but it involved... You had a payday and you taxed your citizens. So the more citizens you had, they would pay you, and that would give you gold, and that would be one of your forms of income. But I can't remember what game that was. I probably wouldn't even know it if you said it. But I had the demo for it when I was too young to buy video games, and I just played the demo to death. You could, like, build mines, and there was a combat side to the game where you could build, like, swordsmen and fight and stuff, but I just found, like, the base building to be a lot more fun. Right, our dam is built. And our carrots are all dying. Oh dear. Right, what are we needing next? We don't really want to bother with the grill yet, because the grill is what you use for potatoes. Forest, we've got gears. I know we're going to need gears, but then we need to set up like a power, water power to do that. So what do we need gears for, and why am I thinking that we need them? We need gears to upgrade our storage. We need gears to build the paper mill, which we don't need yet. We need gears for the power shaft. I think that's it. Okay. Well, in that case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a gear factory up here with a lumber mill, and then we're gonna build stairs going down so that way people can get to it. Beavers can get to it, and then we will have a water wheel in the river. Although saying that, actually, that's just reminded me what we need next, which is the levee, which is 120 science. So get sciencing Ender and Kuro. The game I was describing, Settlers? I assume you're not referring to Settlers of Catan, because, yeah, Settlers of Catan is something else. I really like Settlers of Catan, by the way. It may have been called Settlers. Let me Google it. Hold on. The Settlers. Settlers 2? Yeah, it may have been that. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't own it. I only had the demo because it came on like a disc that I had for some reason. I can't remember. Oh, another good RTS from when I was much younger was the Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is essentially Age of Empires, but with... I think it literally was made by the same people. It's Age of Empires, but with Star Wars units. No, I don't think I finished the Free Guy video. But Yeah, I mean, Free Guy's not... It's almost like not worth the time. Free Guy's just not a good movie. I really don't like that movie. Right, come on, water, where are you? Right, water's coming back. And how are our trees doing? Yeah, okay, so the progress doesn't go up when they don't have water. That's probably to be expected. Right, get farming. Hello, Panker. Hope you're doing alright. You may have noticed this is not Lego Island. We finished that. And we're now playing some Timberborn. And do we have a beaver that can be you? No, Larry is our newest beaver. So I think I can actually just start clicking this away now. And then... Yeah, and then when I... Oh, shit! Oh, God, that's not good. Fuck, stop. So my dam is... It'd be flooding. It's flooding. Everything's going horribly wrong. Let's open the dam. Let's release the river. Good lord. Open all the way. Come on. Come on. Damn it. Well, the thing is, we're not, like, nothing gets damaged as a result of this. It's just that the buildings stop working. And the beavers don't die, because obviously they're beavers. So they don't mind water. They just don't want to live in water. Right, come on, water level, go down. I open the dam. I release the river. There we go. Right, we're good. Okay. What the devil was I about to do? See, it's always right. Is this how Elendil's wife died? Oh, that's priceless. Okay. Yeah, let's not do that again. Because I feel like the land is more valuable than the sea in this game. Oh, wait, hold on. No, we don't want the gear workshop yet. Because in order to power the... oh, I've got to be inefficient. Okay, fine. In that case, what we're going to do... We'll get the gear workshop and we'll put it right here. I think. Yes, because buildings share power with each other, so we can do that, and then I think we already have... no, power wheel is what we already have. Water wheel. So we can put a water wheel right there, and then we can build a levee over here, which I probably should have done first, but it doesn't matter because the gear workshop will still function without the levee. And then we can stockpile some gears, which will let us build our little contraption to get the power up there. So... is that close enough for them to build? It should be. There we go. Come on, trees, how are we doing? Not doing too badly, and we have a lot of carrots. I think it's actually probably time to make another... storage facility. That's kind of a waste. Yeah, let's put it up there. Because I think I was always going to move that one. That's not in a very good spot. How do you get wood? You get wood by chopping trees. Or, in this case, planting trees. So I planted all of these, which are particularly nice trees, planted by Bleeders. Actually, I think they were planted by someone else, but Bleeders is now working there instead. You've got to obviously wait for them to grow, and then you can harvest them. So, yeah. Stroke a beaver. I don't know if there's a... there's a shower so the beavers can get wet. There's a medical bed in case you have a sick beaver. You can have a spiritual beaver. And you can have a filthy beaver if you have a mud bath. What the hell is the point of the wind gauge? Why do you need to know what direction the... maybe that affects because you can build, like, windmills? I don't know. Did you ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon? I did. Again, I don't think Tycoon 2 is on Steam, but I know that Planet Coaster is essentially the spiritual successor to Tycoon 3, and Planet Coaster is excellent. Okay, right. People have died and been born, so... Silly Frog, Opportunity, you have unfortunately both died of old age. If you are still in chat, give me a name, and I will name... Oh. Well, okay, don't do it yet, because otherwise I'll forget. But when we have new beavers, Silly Frog and Opportunity, you're first for giving me new names. Opportunity, they can, I think, shower in the river, but then they have to go to the river. So if you give them a shower over here, then it will increase their happiness. But the shower, I think, has to be plumbed into the river, which is a whole nother thing. Right, that needs to be set to carrots. Our trees are nearly done, so we're going to have a massive influx of wood. Which means I need to sort of pre-plan what is going to be built, because otherwise our wood storage will fill up and then they won't start... they won't harvest the trees, which will be unfortunate. So let me just make sure I've got everything doing what it needs to be doing. Oh, that's something that can be built. We need our other farmhouse. We got room for 3 more beavers, so let's build 2 more houses. That's the button. There we go. Yeah, if we put it there, we can then build a ramp. I guess the ramp will have to go there. Nope, not there. Platform, path, there we go. Because you kind of, in order to be efficient, you've kind of got to stack the buildings on top of each other, and eventually I want to be up here. Okay, I think that will do, because we've also got all of this that needs to be built, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've got 3 unemployed beavers, so they should have things to do soon. We need another water pump. Definitely. Let's turn that down to 2, which should then mean we can have more here as well. Okay, how much longer do you think you'll go for? I don't know, honestly, until I want to stop. Depends how much alcohol I want to drink. Hour or 2, probably. I don't know. See what you guys are feeling. But, yeah, Timberborn's a good game. You can just kind of go as long as you want. It may even be on sale at the moment, if anyone did want to buy it. But it is in early access, so they've apparently made changes to it since the last time I played. I just don't know what those changes are. So, any chance of Gardic phone afterwards? Well, yeah, I mean, in that case, I might let you guys decide, because I'm not going to play this until 2 AM and then do some Gardic phone. Because I need to sort my sleeping schedule, because I've got to be up at 6 AM. No, I've got to be leaving at 6 AM on Tuesday. So I'll probably stop whatever I'm doing at about 2 AM, which is in 2.5 hours. If you guys want to do some Gardic phone, then I will happily do a couple of rounds of Gardic phone. Right, we've got some new births. So, Mr. Silly Frog, Mr. Opportunity, if you are in chat, give me a name, and I will name the young uns after you. What whiskey are you drinking? Currently Buffalo Trace, which is rather nice. Silly Frog says Barry. Scooby-Dooby Dam. Unfortunately, I can't name the dam that. Buffalo Bill. Right, one more. Is there anyone else? Tura, you're not a beaver yet, I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Now you're a beaver. Okay. So eventually I'm going to get rid of that, the lumber mill, which means I... well, eventually I want it to be up here, which I can't do until I've unlocked gears. Not a fan of whiskey. Am I doing something wrong? Well, you're not drinking whiskey is what you're doing wrong, I guess. Yeah, I mean, serious answer, I guess maybe it might just not be for you. I don't know what you do drink, but... Like, I typically don't like... rum I can drink. Gin I don't really like. Like, every now and then I'll find one that's okay, but... Typically I'll just go with whiskey or cider, but... Whiskey's less calories, so I'm drinking whiskey at the moment. Right, I think what we're going to do as well, so that we have it... in 30 days. Jesus, that is long. Do we go maple? No, it's an extra 2 days. We'll go oak. There's no way this will grow by tonight, or by the time we finish tonight, but I'll put it there anyway, because that was always going to be trees. Tura says, yay, I always wanted to be a beaver. I want to thank my mum, my dad, Tom Hanks, and Joe Biden. I guess so. I'm not sure what the last two have to do with anything, but sure. Levy, I need 120. Come on, farmhouse. What are you building? Oh, you're probably building... What are you building? Oh, wait, we actually don't really have access to wood. That's why everything's kind of been bottlenecked. Right, come on, trees. Where are we on the ferrets for your wife, Random? So I don't like how this has gone from ferret to ferrets, because there never was a ferret. There is never going to be a ferret. I am not buying wife a ferret. And I don't like how you slyly just upped it. Shit, what's it called? When you're... I've drunk too much whiskey to articulate this properly, but when you're bartering or haggling with someone and you go too high, like you start high so that way you can dial back to what you actually want, I feel like you've just done that because you've started with ferrets, so that way you can negotiate me back down to ferret. Is bourbon your favorite whiskey? Honestly, I'm a layman when it comes to whiskey. I drink what I like. I don't, you know, I'll just go I'll go to Tesco and whatever's on some kind of reasonable offer, I'll just pick it up if I haven't had it before. But like the Buffalo Trace is one that I'll get, I have had before. There's some that I might not get again. Maker's Mark is quite nice. What was the other one? Johnny Walker was okay. Jack Daniels is a safe bet. So yeah, I'll just kind of... I guess I'm a bit of a normie when it comes to whiskey. I'll drink whatever it is, pretty much. What's your take on JD? Yeah, I like Jack. Like, normal Jack is fine. Honey Jack, I like if I'm in the mood for. Like, Honey Jack is dangerous because you can just drink it. What is this? Exhausted. Evie is exhausted. We'll go to bed, man. Yeah, Honey Jack, you can just drink maybe not a bottle, but you can drink a lot of it and not feel like you're drinking alcohol. Same with the Fireball, the Fireball Jack, which is like cinnamon, spiced cinnamon flavor or something. I can't quite remember. It tastes kind of like a Christmas pudding, and it's very nice, but it also doesn't really feel like you're drinking whiskey. Gentleman Jack is my favorite that they do, but it's also double the price of normal Jack, so I will only get it if it's like a special occasion. So, yeah. If... I'm assuming that some of you in Discord are in America at the moment, and because that's where I'm going on my honeymoon next week. If any of you know of any whiskeys that I should try, potentially, while I'm in America, then let me know. Potentially ones that I can't get here. Right, how are we on the building? Yep, still waiting for wood. 92%. Leaders is still working there, yep. Where's... Oh, did Kuro die? That might be it. I think it was... Oh, Kuro's now a scientist. Okay, so Kuro replaced... I think it was Persnickety that died. I think. Oh, where am I? I just saw your name in chat. Here we go. Have you ever tried mead? I don't think I have. You should try bullet. Did you type that wrong, or is that what it's called? Glen Fidditch and Jura. Yeah, if those... I think I've definitely seen those names before. Slovenian mead and never drink anything else other than the drink of the gods. Bullet with an I. Bull E-I-T. Okay. Stop by Canada on your trip. I'll hook you up with maple whiskey from work. If I was going anywhere near Canada, then I would potentially do that, yes. Yeah, no, I think... Well, yeah, we are just going to New York. We're not doing like a road trip around America or anything. But wife has made a list of things that we're going to do. I haven't really looked at the list yet, because I'm just going to wait until we're there and be like, right, what we're doing today. And we'll probably decide on the flight over, like, what do we definitely want to do, and then structure each day around that. Unfortunately, there's no gigs. Because it would have been nice to go to a gig, but yeah. Because the last time I went to America, I was 15, and my dad just arranged the whole thing, and he managed to get gig tickets for Bullet for My Valentine, who were playing in Houston. So, and their support act was Bleeding Through. I don't know if any of you know Bleeding Through, but they're quite a bit heavier than Bullet for My Valentine, and my dad was just sat there with earplugs in at the back, just like, what? What am I looking at? What's going on? Carrots. We may as well... No, where is it? Carrots. Let's put a row of carrots there. That area I think we're going to save. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Come on, wood. 95%. What Discord channel are people chatting in? No one is currently on Discord. Obviously, if any of you guys want to jump in Discord while I'm streaming, then go for it. I won't go in Discord, because if I do, then all of you will come through the stream, which will make it difficult to talk. But yeah, potentially at some point, I might stop Timberborn and we might do a couple of rounds of Garlic Phone, depending on what people want. I am happy to do either. I do not mind. Always love a heavy metal opener for rock. So, I mean, I guess at the time, you could probably call both Bullet and Bleeding Through metalcore. Like, Bullet softened their sound a lot, but then their most recent album, they got heavier for 2 songs. Like, the first 2 songs on their most recent album, which I think is a self-titled album, are really good. They're nice and heavy. It sounds kind of like Scream Aim Fire era Bullet. And then the rest of the album, I just was like, this is now back to what you've been doing for the last decade, so yeah. Chai tea is... No, I don't do tea or coffee. If I'm doing caffeine, it's going to be an energy drink of some variety. Okay, so I'm going to re-enable the lumberjack flags. Zach and Larry are both working there, because Larry's all grown up now. So as soon as... Where are we? Cut trees. Yeah, okay, so that's all good. So as soon as these trees start coming up, or being harvestable, Zach and Larry are going to harvest them. The wood will go to the large pile, and it will then get turned into planks, which will then hopefully mean that the gear workshop can be finished. As can that, as can these houses. And then we can start building stuff up here. So, I now find myself in a position where I need to drain the lizard and also acquire more fluids to consume. So, I'm going to keep the game... Yeah, why not? I'm not going to put up the overlay. I'm just going to keep the game running on normal speed. But it will take me a couple of minutes because I've got to go to the garage, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, we're back. Do we have wood yet? We do! The wood is starting to wood. This is good. Right, what did I miss in chat? Oh god. Y'all are being naughty while I was away. This will not stand. Yes, Jeremy, if you mail a ferret to me, it will be returned to you. I will not be accepting a ferret. And I don't think my dog will either. We didn't do anything. Well, that's good. Right. So, stuff is about to start being built. And, in sort of 15 minutes or so, when it hits midnight here, I'll stick a poll up in, YouTube chat. And you guys can decide if you want to do a Gartic phone or something, or if you want me to keep playing this. Because I do not mind. What kind of dog do you have? I have a Dalmatian. If you are in the Discord, there are definitely photos of him in the pet channel. There's also photos of, well, seemingly every animal under the sun. Because some people have strange pets, but also, one of the guys works in a... I think it's a vet? I can't remember, but yeah, he gets different animals in all the time, so... Yes, there's photos of ferrets, not my ferrets, because I don't own ferrets, but there's pictures of ferrets in the Discord. One of the ferrets is actually an emote on the Discord. It was, I think, the first photo of an animal that someone posted that wasn't me posting my dog, and it was just someone posted a photo of their ferret. I can't remember who it was, but I just clipped out the face and turned it into an emote. Is it blind yet? No, I mean, he's 10... Yeah, he's just over 10 years old now, and no, he's perfectly healthy. Deafness is an issue with Dalmatians. Not them going deaf, but them, like, being deaf when they're born. So there's like a... I don't want to say like a 1 in 10 chance, but yeah, ending up with a deaf dog of any kind, but in particular a Dalmatian, because they oftentimes choose not to listen anyway, so... But yeah, I also live next door to a vet, which is rather nice. As in my neighbor is a vet, so... She will definitely make sure that he remains healthy. Right, how is this going? This is nearly built. Which means... Yeah, okay, so what will happen is once the gear workshop starts making gears, is it will start stockpiling the gears, and once it hits, I think, 15, it won't make any more. So I don't want that to happen. I want to queue up things for the beavers to use the gears on, so that way everything just keeps chugging along, and there's no choke points. So... Oh, science. We have a lot of science. I'm distracted easily. Right, let's get a levy. Let's put it there, actually. That should do. So that will then block the water and make the water wheel spin faster. So... what is the most efficient way to do this? Probably that. And then we can have the power ducts going up there, I think. Probably makes the most sense. But all of that will use planks, which is kind of what I want. And if I have to build another district, then I will, so... also, we have birch trees here. which we can gather. Okay, we don't have any more beavers. No, we don't. Right. Comments is, do you drink any kind of soda or Coke? Yeah, I typically mix like Coke or equivalent with whiskey, depending on what whiskey it is. Generally, I don't really drink fizzy drinks apart from like an energy drink. One ferret or 101 Dalmatians? That's a difficult one. Well, the serious answer is that I would probably take the ferret, because if I literally owned 101 dogs, I wouldn't have room for them. But even if I had room for them, I'd have to look after them, and that's a hell of a lot of dogs. So, yeah, I would take the ferret under those circumstances, but I would also not have a pet. Sorry, did Bleaters ask a question and I missed it? If he did, then... Or if you did, Bleaters, please ask it again. Right, yeah, they're going to finish building that first. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
A super chat from Mr. Jeremy. Thank you, sir. For the love of wife, hashtag ferret funhouse. Well, yeah, I will tell her that you said that. I think she's possibly asleep at the moment, I'm not sure. But yes, she will no doubt appreciate that. Tura says you'll be rich, then you'll sell a lot of the dogs. I mean, you can make your own movie if you have so many dogs. Yeah, I guess that's true. If someone were to just spawn 101 Dalmatians in my house, I would be able to sell them, obviously, because you can, like, dogs cost money, so yeah. But I'm assuming that I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not quite sure how 101 Dalmatians is a horror movie. Or are we talking the live action one or the animated one? Also, do we have... Yes, we do have unemployed. Also, we've got two... Well, let's name this one. And let's name this one... Scrappy. Yeah, in Cruella, the Dalmatians push Cruella's mum off a cliff. That... I don't think I could stop laughing when I saw that. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It's like, let's make a movie to humanize this person who wants to skin puppies. How do we do that? Well, you see, what we do is we explain that the Dalmatians killed her mum. And no one thought, like, wait, but that's retarded. And yeah, I just... that movie is so stupid. I don't know why it exists. Like, you know, the other... movies in that style, like Maleficent, I understand the point of that movie. I don't think it's very good. I think the second one is an unintentional comical masterpiece. The second Maleficent is hilarious. But, like, there's something there. Whereas, like, in the original film, 101 Dalmatians, like, Cruella is... She wants to skin puppies. That's kind of it. Like, yes, she's an iconic character, but you can't really... If that's your starting point, like, I don't know what you do. Have I seen the Pitch Meeting YouTube series? I definitely know what they are. I feel like I've seen a couple of them, but no, I don't watch them frequently. If you don't like it, you're just a sexism. Oh yeah, I mean, I know that already, but that's fine. That's, I do, yeah, I found it very funny how, like, throughout the Rings of Power videos that I was doing, because obviously by the time, I think I was doing number 5, I had less than, like, 500 subs or whatever it was. So, I wasn't really making them for any particular person. Whereas with the Hobbit ones, there's an audience there already that is kind of expecting a certain thing. But at the time when I was making the Rings of Power ones, I was being accused of being all over the political spectrum, which I found very funny. Because, like, someone would call me a fascist, and then someone would call me a libtard, and then someone would call me a commie, and I'd be like, what? Why? What did I say? Like, I swear you could get, like, any interpretation you could just draw from... If you get the right people, you could just draw any of that from just me saying one thing. It would just piss everyone off in the wrong... or in the right direction, I guess. How can... Tourist says, how can you make someone who wants to skin puppies look good? Even Jesus would look bad if he wanted to skin puppies. I would cheer for Sarrow... I don't know who Saruman is. Oh, Saruman, right. As in Lord of the Rings. If he was against someone who wanted to skin puppies. Yeah, I don't know. Like, think about, like, Disney villains. You've got, like, Scar kills Mufasa and wants to kill Simba. Like, attempts to kill Simba in order to assume the throne. It's pretty evil. I don't even remember Ursula in The Little Mermaid because I haven't seen the new one yet, and it's been a while since I saw the old one. But, you know, they want to do, you know, they want to kill a couple of people, they want to be in charge, and they might want to kill a couple of kids, or, you know, it's pretty run-of-the-mill evil stuff. Cruella wants to skin 100 puppies. I don't think there is a more reprehensible villain in any of the classic Disney films off the top of my head. Like, is there one who wants to do something worse than that? And Bleeders, apparently I promised Gagalum that when I hit 20,000 subs I will watch it. I don't remember promising him that, but he's quite convincing. So, what I'm probably going to do is just record... Because, like, me watching it doesn't really provide any entertainment, unless I just tell you why it was bad on stream. So what I'll probably do is just watch it on my computer and just record my reaction to it live, and then anyone who wants to, you know, sync up the film with me can, but I haven't really decided. I'm not expecting it to be good, but I'm also not going to watch it unless people want a reaction to it. The Grouch. I haven't played Lego Island 2 in 20 years, but I don't think this is it. Yeah, we finished Lego Island 2 a little while ago, because it's not a very long game, so now we're just playing some Timberborn. And I could have changed the name of the stream, but I don't have a thumbnail prepared for this, so I just left it. Sorry. Hopefully you find this enjoyable. We're also going to stop... Potentially we're going to stop this fairly soon. I'm going to leave it up to you guys in chat. We'll either keep going with Timberborn, or we'll do some Gartic Phone in Discord, or Jackbox, or whatever it might be in Discord Among Us, maybe. Peter Pan does messed up stuff in the original stories. Well, yeah, if we're talking original stories, then there's probably something to work with, but if we're just talking the film, I'm not sure how you top Cruella de Vil in terms of pure evil, like irredeemable evil. Most sympathetic Disney villain was John Silver from Treasure Planet. Yes, he's up there. I can't think... The thing is, like, the classic Disney films are not... I don't know them that well. I'm thinking back, like, however many years it's been since I've seen them. But yeah, Treasure Planet is one that I really like. Right. I'm going to stick a poll, because it's basically midnight. Do we have gears yet? Yeah, we got gears are being made, and they're being spent on something. No, wait, they're not being spent on something. There's currently 2 out of 10 in there, so... What were we going to spend gears on? That's right, it was the power things. So, let me pause this, because I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to spend my gears in a minute if I'm going to keep going with this. Rescuers Down Under I have seen. Rescuers 1 I haven't, and I don't remember Rescuers Down Under. Ender, see you later. Thank you for joining. And Ozzy as well, thank you for joining. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. Right, there you go. Have a poll. I'll leave that going for about 5 minutes. We also have, hold on, we have a new beaver. Zernogat, that's a bit of a name. That can be the Grouch. There we go. Right, are we capping on any resources? No, but I need to set you to prioritize gathering. That needs to be built because we need more water. Those 2 have been built. Gears, that was it. Gears, that's what we were doing. Okay. So... That I need to... Yeah, that I need. Where's the button? Where's the button? There it is. Unfortunately, I've got to do that again, because, obviously. And I can't put it in the water, I don't think. So the gears are going to go over here. And then up. And there is a reason why I'm doing this. It's not just being fancy for no reason. Because this is untapped ground that we can't really do anything else with, so I want to put my production buildings up there. Okay, so hopefully that path is long enough. Once the levees are built, that path is long enough for them to actually build that, and then we can start sticking our buildings up there. Right, what is chat saying? What does games in Discord mean? Games in Discord means that we all jump in Discord. I will end the stream, but we jump in our Discord, which if you're not in, there's a link for it in the video description. Jump in voice chat. You don't have to speak. It's entirely up to you, but in order to play the game, you'll need to be in the voice channel. And we will either play... I mean, probably we'll just play Gartic Phone, because we can play that. That has integration with Discord. Basically, silly drawing game. Quite a lot of fun. And, yeah, the more people, the better. So, that is what that means. But it will mean that the stream ends, which I don't mind. But yeah, I'll leave the poll going for maybe 5 more minutes. Yeah, audio will be needed. You'll need to be able to hear things, but you don't have to speak. So if you want to have your mic muted, then that's fine. Like some of the games that we've played do require a mic, but like we won't, you know, Among Us, if you can't talk, you can't really play Among Us, but I don't think everyone here wants to play Among Us or can play Among Us, so... right, I'm thinking we need more crops anyway, so... This land up here... How far have we got? Yeah, we can use this land up here. Okay. So we're going to demolish those, build a path there, and then we can have another farm up here. Although saying that, we should probably gather from these berry bushes. Right, where are we? Any update? Oh, George G. Any update on the third Hobbit video? The short version is I've submitted a counterclaim to Warner Brothers. They have 10 working days to respond. If they don't, or if they release their claim, I can then release the video when I get back from my honeymoon next week. But I have done all I can. I just have to wait. It is highly unlikely that it will be released before I go away, because I go away on Tuesday. So, assuming I don't have to jump through any more hoops, I'll release the video 2 weeks today, because I'm away next week, so I can't do a week today, and I want to do the premiere function, and I can't really be on my honeymoon sat in YouTube chat while on holiday watching my video. So yeah, ideally 2 weeks today. Have you heard about the Sound of Freedom movie? I looked it up earlier. Yeah, it looks like an interesting enough idea. I guess it's probably based on a true story, I don't know. But it's now on my list to watch, because it has been seemingly very, very well reviewed. Jeremy, yes, it is that one. Right, it's 6 minutes past. Let's see what the poll says. Well, votes are still going. So you guys are saying continue with Timberborn and games in Discord. It's games in Discord is at 41%. So that's not overwhelming. Let's continue with Timberborn. And for a little bit, and then we'll do some games in Discord. We'll do Gardic Phone in Discord shortly, but I'll keep going with Discord with Timberborn just for a short while for those of you who would like me to. But I'll keep the poll open. Actually, yeah, I'll keep the poll open. Why not? New poll with the top 2. All right, yeah, that's a good idea. New poll with the top 2. Right, go Gadget. Yeah, so the Grouch, I will save this when we finish, whenever that is, and at some point I'll pick it up again and you will still be a beaver. Ozzy has died of old age. Wormy Jade has grown up. We've also got some new... I don't think there's anyone new in chat. I think all of you are already beavers. And yeah, unfortunately I don't have enough workers. Yeah, I only have one empty house. Okay. Housing. There we go. What happened to DJ? I think you're alive. Yeah, you're alive. Anyone who dies is down here, or anyone who's born is down here. Name the next beaver Ferret. God damn it. Alright. Panka, you're not a beaver. Right, we got a drought coming soon. How are we doing on our resources? We're doing pretty well. Gear... Ooh, okay, yeah, we have a lot of gears that we're not spending, so... Yeah, why not? We can research that. The giant water butt. Yeah, let's put that there. And then we can maybe move it in a bit. Because I kind of want it to be there. Could do with another science building, I think, now that we have this many beaverses. Well, it looks like you guys are voting for Timberborn over games in Discord, so yeah, I'll leave the poll open, but I am more than happy to continue with Timberborn. For a wee bit. Am I still getting wood? I want to do something interesting. Different. This is a little bit different to most other games like this. I can't assign people. They will just fill up whatever job slots are open to them. Larry, you are a lumberjack. Along with Zach, and Bleeders is my farmer, or I guess planter. He's the guy that plants the trees. Whoever this is, that's Evie, who is currently building things. So, yeah, like this stage of the game, honestly, I really like the, when you're running with one district, and you're limited based on how far you go, because where it starts getting red is when you're starting to get too far away, and eventually, if I was to just build a path going that way, the beavers will be like, no, I'm not going that far. So if that happens, you can build another district, and you can do that freely. I could do it right now and just put another district right here. The problem with that is that you have to manually migrate beavers from one to another. So if I make a district here and say build a house, it won't happen because there's no beavers there. Unless I manually pull beavers out of this district and put them in District 2. That's fine, but I kind of wish they did it automatically. The bit that I really don't like is that resources, you have to do the same thing. So you put beavers there, say build a house, they say, okay, I don't have any wood. I then have to build a hauling post to get them to send wood from District 1 to District 2, which will then inevitably mean that all your resources are in the wrong place. Like, I might not have enough wood to build, or enough planks to build this, because all my planks are over here in District 2. That kind of thing, I don't really like, because it to me seems like busy work. Random, have you ever seen Hoodwinked? No, I have not. I am unfamiliar with whatever that is. Can the beavers have cubs without getting wood? Yeah, so for the beavers to have cubs, they just need accommodation. And there needs to be room in the accommodation to house a babby. Which right now there isn't, which is why I'm building more. Oh no, it says I've got 3 empty beds. Wait, is no one... No one's in that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's how that works. So you don't need wood to reproduce, but obviously you need wood to build the house that lets you reproduce. I guess I missed the joke. I probably did miss the joke. Oh, god damn it, it was a penis joke. Oh, sorry. It's the whiskey. Either that or retarded alter ego's taking the wheel again. First Hoodwinked movie is very fun with pretty bad visuals, but the sequel is horrible. Okay, when did it come out? Because I'm completely unfamiliar with that movie. Past 1 AM and I'm knackered. Have fun stream and nice weekend, folks. Have a great honeymoon random. See you later, Mr. Silly Frog. And yeah, enjoy your weekend and week, and I'll... I guess probably the next time I'll see you is hopefully when I get to release this goddamn video. So, yeah, enjoy. Right, what was I doing? Science building needs logs. We have loads of logs. We have no one to... Hold on, there's a building that gets around this problem. I just can't remember what it's called. Haulers assist workers in a district carrying goods, increasing the... Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, that's the one. So this isn't for sending stuff in and out of a particular district. That is... it's something. I can't find it. Whatever it is, I don't know. I will find it some other time. He says while frantically looking for it. No. So the hauling post will just employ specific people, because right now the only workers we have is Jeremy and Evie. Meaning if I want something built over here and something built over here, they've got to do a lot of walking around to do it. The hauling post will move resources from A to B, and they can carry more if they work in the hauling post. Apparently that movie stars... whatever it was called. Hoodwinked. It stars Anne Hathaway, Jim Belushi, and Patrick Warburton. And Exhibit. Okay. Well, you had me at Patrick Warburton. The Grouch has grown up. Zenma was born. There's no one else in chat without a name. There's no one else that's died. Nope. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, so I'm just thinking this side of the river. We are not really struggling on food, but we will be when we start getting more beavers. So what I'm thinking is we go potatoes. We make a potato farm here. Retarded alter. Obviously, he's not working. Okay. So we make a potato farm here because that's right next to the water, which means when it's drought time, we close the dam and then we still have fertile ground. And honestly, I may as well do this as well. Plant trees. Where are we? Pine. Okay. Because we only have carrots and we want different types of foods for the beaverses. So we make the farmhouse. Yeah, put it there, and then we plant... Where are we? Potatoes! And what do you do with potatoes? Yeah, that'll do. Ooh! Now what do I do with this land here? There's got to be something else I can do with it. Shit. Okay, yeah, I need to do that, actually. Because we're not producing any gears. And we're running out of wood. Why are we running out of wood? Oh, okay, yeah, so this is... So what's happening here is this building isn't receiving as much power because it's running off of the power wheel. Whereas this is producing... Yeah, this water wheel is producing like 4 times as much power as the power wheel. Which is powered by baloney. That might be why. Yeah, so it's producing a lot less planks, or it's producing them a lot slower. Okay, let's get another house up and then I'll check chat. I hope we are enjoying ourselves. Because I rather am. Right. I start to believe that Random might have some Scottish blood from how many times he blames whiskey. Possibly. I mean, blaming whiskey is... Whiskey is the problem, and whiskey is also the solution, so... So we can then hopefully... Oh, that's annoying. Oh, you... Goddammit. We can put the lumber mill there, which we can then plug in... there. As long as the path lets us. Because we can't get to that. Hopefully... Yeah, hopefully they'll build that. I'm actually going to delete this. Because I need them to build that first. And then we'll have the gear. We'll delete that, turn that into trees, and we'll put the gears somewhere else. Cool. Right, everything's going all right. Right about now. I got beer, White Russians, and a weekend coming up. I'm rather enjoying life for once. Well, good man. Or lady. White Russians are lovely. Let's top up the old beverage. Why are we hashtagging justice for retarded alter ego? Yeah, I guess this isn't really a spoiler, because it's something I actually cut from the Battle of the Five Armies video, but... Oh shit, drought. Here we go. I may have created a different, like another alter ego, to make another point, because the point of retarded alter ego was... It started in the Rings of Power thing to make a particular point, and then it just kind of became a meme, because people liked him. And I ended up creating another alter ego for the, Battle of the Five Armies video, but that section I ended up cutting because I thought it was redundant. So I still have the image that I made, but yeah, maybe he'll make an appearance at some other time, but not in that video. Right, so we have loads of water. We also have the dam. We've got a load of gears that aren't being spent. We have a reasonable amount of science, although the third science building hasn't actually been built yet. What is going on? What are they building with all this wood? Because my wood is piling up, and I've got a load of buildings that are not being built. What's going on? Who's taking wood? Who are you? Who are you? Ender. No, Ender is not carrying any wood. Who's carrying wood? Someone just dropped some off. I don't know where my wood is going. Oh, it's coming down here. Right. Yes, I forgot about this. This takes quite a lot of wood. Okay. Good night, Adrian. Sorry if I was too late. I didn't look at chat. I hope you have enjoyed. Mr. Grouch? Or Mrs. Grouch? I don't know. I don't want to presume. 65 kilos is not a lot. If you're worried about drinking too much when you weigh 65 kilos, I wouldn't worry. And yes, we'll have no freedom units in here. We're kilogram chat. We're cultured. We use the metric system, damn it, except for when we use miles. I suppose we could use, what is it? Kelvin for temperature. Just to be quirky and different. And to annoy everyone. I am a Mr. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's a few... there's a few things that may affect that based on only being 65 kilos. Honestly, I don't know. Like, height, age, obviously, activity, that kind of thing. Like, I can't really comment on... I mean, yeah, most people who are unfit typically struggle with being overweight rather than underweight, if that is the problem. Random, I can understand making the Grinch sympathetic, but Cruella... What? When was the Grinch made sympathetic? And also, I'm very much not in tune with the Grinch. Like, holy shit, we're stocking up on carrots. I've seen the films, but I don't know them very well. Is the Grinch a sympathetic character? I thought he was just a douchebag. And then he starts liking Christmas sometimes. We need another warehouse. Yeah, we're making more food than the beavers can eat. So, yeah, we need another warehouse. That's all there is to it. Let's put it... I guess let's put it there. That'll have to do... $65 kilos for 10 years, inactive, 170 centimeters for 30 years. Well, no, not for 30 years. I'm misreading what you're saying. Not great, but not that bad. I mean, I can't really speak to this from experience because I don't think I've ever been underweight. But if you are underweight, then it should theoretically be relatively easy to get in shape and build muscle. Because, I mean... You know, if someone was extremely overweight and they started going to the gym, then they would also have to change what they're eating. Whereas if you're underweight and you start burning a hell of a lot more calories, you are going to eat more. Like, it's not a case of you gotta eat more, it's you will eat more because you'll need to. Like, otherwise you won't actually be able to do the exercises. An army friend was being promoted and his German wife pinned his new rank on his collar. It goes 1 inch from the point. She said, "Was ist dich?" And he said, "The diameter is a quarter." What? I'm so tired of the "you may think me a villain because of all the evil I do, but consider I was sad once in the past." Yeah. I'm not sure how to elaborate on that. Like, come on, bitch, you skin puppies. Like, you're not a good person. Unless you're going to reimagine Cruella as something totally different, which I guess they tried to do. I just don't understand why you would try to do that. But yeah, that movie was rather bad. Also, I found it very funny how they imply in one particular scene that she's killed the dogs in the film and skinned them because she's wearing like a dog skin coat. And then they reveal very, very quickly that, oh, actually, I bought this. I didn't actually. Just to make sure that you could not interpret the scene as she actually murdered some puppies. I feel like that film is almost the definition of having your cake and eating it too. Because they wanted to do both. Am I saying Big Jack Horner is the best villain in modern cinema? Yeah, he's good. He is definitely good. Although saying that, I mean, Death is... I swear, I can't remember if he's actually referred to as Death or if he's just the wolf. I can't remember. It's been a couple of months since I watched the film. I swear he's referred to as Death. I can't remember. That was what made the movie for me. It was the whole interaction between him and Puss in Boots. And I'm talking about fucking Puss in Boots. And I can't believe that movie was as good as it was. It's a sequel, a decade too late spin-off, sequel to a spin-off of Shrek. And it was that good. Oh, sure, yeah, if we're splitting hairs, we can say Death isn't a villain, but he is an antagonist. But, like, for the vast majority of the movie, he is the villain. But then that's kind of what makes the film interesting, is that you have 3, possibly 4, off the top of my head, 3 totally different versions of villainy, essentially. This evil character's origin story where she's totally not evil. That to me feels kind of like what they're trying, or what they seem to be hinting at with Rings of Power. With the whole, like, orcs just want a home, and Adar in the interrogation scene, where Galadriel's threatening to kill everyone, and he's the underdog in that scene, and you kind of... I don't know if the writers wanted you to be rooting for him in that scene, but I could believe it based on what happens. And it's like, no, orcs are... The thing is, I need to be careful because of making adaptation arguments, but based on what we see purely in the show, orcs are just evil. They're not sympathetic in the slightest. You know, there isn't an orc going to his hard day at work, building the big evil trench, and then coming home to his wife and kids like, oh man, I had the worst day at work, honey. Can we snuggle tonight? You know, that didn't happen. So you don't even need to look at the source material to make that argument. And it's like, Adar's like, his whole thing relies on, yeah, we're the same as everyone else and we just want a home. It's like, you're evil. You're all evil. And it's, I guess, kind of like what they maybe hinted at in The Force Awakens, with the whole, like, Finn being an ex-stormtrooper, and then they just did nothing with it. Because that is the first sign, really, apart from, I guess, arguably the clones in the prequels, but that's really the first sign that you had of the Empire not just being, yeah, we're evil, we're going to do the evil because we're evil. Like, it added a little bit of humanity and dimensionality to it. Or at least it could have done had Finn's character actually really been a character beyond his opening scene. How did Puss in Boots get a better sequel than The Incredibles? That is a mystery for the ages. YouTube keeps deleting my messages. The way they used music in Cruella was terrible. I'm just scrolling up to see. No, I just scrolled up and I can't see. If you've said that before, Zach, I can't see that. I don't know why YouTube is deleting your messages, but I can't see them. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's deleting your messages as well, Jeremy. I can't think why it would be doing that. The way they used music in Cruella was terrible. I don't remember the film well enough to comment on the music. But if you remember, let me know and I'll tell you what I think. But yeah, I mean, the movie is bad enough without the music being bad. It's an interesting topic that the orcs would be slaves, but Rings of Power executed it so badly. Yeah, like, without even drawing from the source material, you can decide, like, okay, we're going to make orcs sympathetic. And the purists would be like, you can't do that because orcs are evil. And, you know, anyone who's seen The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings or whatever, orcs are just evil. That's it. They just are. However, the concept of what if they weren't, on its own, like, that's not just dead right out of the gate. You can do something with that and tell an interesting story. It inherently won't be faithful, but, I mean... Well, to some degree, who gives a shit? But, like, a lot of people will give a shit. But then those people who would give a shit don't like Rings of Power anyway. So, yeah. Like, imagine... just throwing this out there. Like, imagine that the dwarves... When the dwarves were recruited to build the forge by Elrond, imagine that they were like, oh yeah, we got like 1,000 orcs that we just keep in Khazad-dûm to build everything. That's how we built Khazad-dûm, actually. There were orcs here. They came here to try and attack us, and we kept them alive as slaves. And they built everything, because they're actually really good at building things. And all we have to... You know, we can keep them alive, because obviously they're underground. And yeah, they hate us, but we're also stronger than them, because we defeated them, and we kept them as slaves. Like, that would add some moral ambiguity to the dwarves. And that wouldn't be appropriate for what they ended up doing. But that on its own, pretty interesting topic. Because then, you have the whole Southland shit that's going down... which has nothing to do with the Khazad-dûm shit, but the fact is you are seeing that orcs can be to some degree sympathetic, even if the ones in the Southlands aren't, which would then lend credence to Adar's whole thing. You believe him when he says, we just want a home. Whereas in the show, it's just, nah, I don't know, what's our excuse for doing evil? Let's spin the wheel. We want, I'd like a house. What is the worst movie, a movie you never want to watch again, something that made you want to forget that you watched it? Let me check my IMDb. Because there's some movies that I didn't finish, but those aren't necessarily movies that I gave a 1 out of 10. Like, usually if I don't finish it, I give it a 1 out of 10. Because how can, if it was better than that, then I wouldn't have stopped watching it. So, Dragon Ball Evolution, Zoolander 2, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, Cats, Date Movie, Norm of the North, The Grudge remake from a couple of years ago, Movie 43, Catwoman, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, The Hustle, Tom and Jerry the Movie, Ghostbusters 2016, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Identity Thief, Thunder Force, Space Jam, A New Legacy, The Emoji Movie. Yeah, those would all be on my list of films I wish I had never seen. Toy Story 4 and Free Guy are better than a 1 out of 10. They are bad, and I really don't like them. But I want to say I gave them both like a 3 out of 10. Which is... I'm pretty sure I would probably compare both of them to something like TLJ. And like typically on like IMDb, like I'm pretty harsh when I rate movies. So like if I give something a 4, it's because it is bad. So just because I gave something a 4 doesn't mean... Like I think I gave Venom a 4. Venom is a very bad movie. But it had more in it that I could enjoy than fucking the movies I just said. Bad movies I don't mind seeing because it shows me why movies can be bad and how you can avoid it. So that, right there, that's partly why I enjoy watching bad movies. I think you can learn a lot from watching bad movies. Because, well, for example, Hobbit and Rings of Power, like, they're bad in different ways. Rings of Power is obviously worse. But it's not a complete waste of time to watch Rings of Power. Or at least for me it wasn't, because essentially, when I'm guessing you guys have the same thing, it's just that you don't make 10-hour-long video series about it. When I watch something, you have your initial reaction, which is typically going to be, I like this, or this made me feel something, or whatever it might be, or this felt like it didn't make sense, but I can't put my finger on why. And then the deeper you go, which you end up doing that when you end up scripting stuff like this, the deeper you go, the more clearly you're able to articulate why you had that initial reaction. That's the bit that I find very interesting, whether it's good or bad or whatever. So like, you know, you watch Rings of Power and you're like, you know, it didn't really work for me. And then you keep digging and eventually you come up with why. That's the bit that I find very interesting. Where were we? There's lots of chats in chat coming up, and I'm trying to run a Beaver City, and we've got too many logs, and why are the curtains on fire? And oh god, we need to hold on. We need more logs. We need room for more logs. That's an inefficient place to put them. Let's put them there, I guess, because we can move them later. Okay. Let's set the chat on fire. What about Star Wars Episode 3? Star Wars Episode 3 is it's a reasonably good idea done poorly. It's easily the best of the prequels. I don't think it's good. I find it enjoyable. I think I gave it like a 6 out of 10. Right, where were we? Gaming Magic 13 didn't make you change your mind. No, I mean, I agree with him on his videos on, I mean, I won't say Free Guy because I didn't watch the whole thing, but on Toy Story 4, I completely agree with him. Toy Story 4 is garbage, but it's garbage in a 3 out of 10 way, not a 1 out of 10 way. Toy Story 4 is not the worst movie ever made, by any means. Is it the worst movie Pixar has made? I would argue no, because I think Turning Red is worse. And probably Lightyear is worse, but it's up there, definitely. Yeah. Oh god, so the poll is on 50-50. Okay, well, when I'm feeling like winding down on Timberborn, we'll do a game of Gartic Phone in Discord for those of you who want to join. So I'll end the poll there, so it's not blocking the screen anymore. Rewatched episode 3 not long ago. The effects are bad, but all over the story is fantastic, while the sequels are the opposite. So, episode 3... Shit. There we go. We're not flooding again. So, with episode 3, it is about as good as it could have been, given what was done in episodes 1 and 2. I think. So, in that sense, I guess it's a success. It's, like, that's probably why it's the best of the 3. I don't think I'd call the story fantastic, by any means, but given what it had to work with... Why are we flooding? There we go. Yeah, we're okay. Given what it had to work with, I think it's about as good as it could have been. If you could change the fundamental... In order to fix episode 3, you have to almost change the fundamental nature of what the prequels are about, which you can't do in episode 3. So it's not really the fault of episode 3 at that point. Lego Batman movie... Oh, sorry, not Lego Batman. Excuse me. The Batman movie with Arnold in it was the worst movie ever made. Yeah, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is not good, but it's thoroughly entertaining. Yeah, that's a movie that is so bad it's good. But if you can't laugh at it, then it's terrible, and I can completely... I kind of wish it had gone further into the schlock, because, like, obviously all of Arnie's, like, ice puns are iconic. But most of them are in, like, the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's very front-loaded in that aspect. And the movie's, like, 2 hours long, and it's just a commercial for toys. Yeah. That movie is very irritating to watch for many reasons, and you can't really just view it as... I mean, it is goofy fun, but, like, there's so much bloat in the movie that you can't really enjoy it as a guilty pleasure, or at least I can't. Have you ever heard Alex Jones explaining the prequels? No. Is this one of these, like, AI discusses whatever it is? Or is this actually Alex Jones talking about the prequels? Yeah, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs would like to have a word with you. Yeah, the Ice Age movies are very hit and miss. I've seen 3 of them, I think. I don't know if I've seen Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Isn't there one where they go to space? I can't remember. The first Ice Age is good. The rest of them just... No. We're done. We're done with Ice Age. Right. Waiting for logs. We've got loads of logs there. Well, this is still being built. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna up priority the hauling post, because nothing is being built because of all of this. So if we up prio this should then mean that everything else gets built quicker. And our second batch of trees is nearly done. How are these doing? These are 50% done. We're doing okay. We're doing alright. We got 26 beavers. Have you seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? I have seen both. I liked the first one. I thought it was a lot better than it should have been. The second one didn't really do anything for me, but I can't really elaborate on why. Honestly, probably my favorite animated movie trilogy, if we're talking like all 3 of them, would probably be Kung Fu Panda. I think the second Kung Fu Panda is Like, that's in the running for my favorite animated movies of all time. I think the first Kung Fu Panda is very solid, and I think the third one is good enough. But the third one is definitely the weakest of the three. I know, like, I think most people prefer How to Train Your Dragon, and How to Train Your Dragon is decent, but, like, the third one, it really didn't do much for me. But, yeah, Kung Fu Panda, I really like Kung Fu Panda. The problem with saying that your favorite animated trilogy is Toy Story is that you have to include Toy Story 4. Because Toy Story 4 exists. So it's kind of like... I'm trying to think of an example. It's kind of like saying my favorite Matrix duology, or my favorite duology is The Matrix, because you're ignoring The Matrix 3. Or saying my favorite trilogy is The Matrix, because, like, the third Matrix movie is substantially better than The Matrix 4, whatever that one was called. Matrix Resurrections, I think it was. But, like it or not, that film exists. So, yeah, but no, I get what you mean. Like, if you're just taking Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3, that's in the running, but personally, I definitely prefer Kung Fu Panda to Toy Story. Sacrilege as that may seem. Toy Story 4 doesn't exist, and you can't prove that it does. Well, I can't prove that it does right now. It's a very bad movie, guys. It's a really, really bad movie. And apparently they're making a 5. But I don't know if the guy that's making the 5 is the guy that did 4. But I know that, Tom Hanks and Tim Hanks and Tom Allen, they're going to be in it, which I guess means at the very least you have Buzz and Woody, but beyond that, I have no idea. And given Pixar's track record, like, what was the last good movie Pixar made? Coco? Maybe? 2015? Soul. Actually, Soul was decent. Yeah, it's going to be Soul. Soul was relatively recent. Right, where were we? The problem with the Pirates trilogy is that it falls off. Like, 1 is substantially better than 2 and 3. But, like, 2's good enough. 3, things start getting weird. And then you obviously have 4 and 5, which exist, unfortunately. The Aladdin... Wait, Aladdin is a trilogy? I know there's the King of Thieves one, which I really liked. That was one of the straight-to-DVD releases. I didn't know there was 3 of them. Shrek. I can't agree with Shrek, because 1 and 2 are very good, 3 and 4 are not. But then 4 is better than 3, so, yeah. Where else are we? If Elemental is actually good, then fair enough, but I haven't seen it. I've seen all of the other Pixar films except that one. And if I'm excluding that, I think the last good movie they made was Soul. But then apart from that, the last good movie they made was Coco, which means they've made 2 good movies in the last 7 years. If I'm right with my numbers there. Whereas, you know, early Pixar, every movie was a banger. You had Incredibles, Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, obviously. And then you had WALL-E and Up, Ratatouille. And now you've got Onward, Lightyear, Turning Red, Toy Story 4. Yeah. Nothing to do in range. Well then, Ender, you can stop doing that. And you can hopefully start gathering food right about there. WALL-E is my favorite Pixar movie. It's top 3 for me. Yeah, like WALL-E is excellent. I just vastly prefer the first 30 minutes to the rest of the movie. I think the first 30 minutes, if that was it would be like, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I adore the first 30 minutes of WALL-E, and then when they get to the spaceship, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, the Axiom, then it gets a little bit worse. Like, it's still really good, but it's not as good as the first 30 minutes. Right, we have error messages. Unconnected building. Well, that ain't good. There we go. Nothing to do in range. Yeah, well, I said delete. Beaver is injured. Galadriel is injured. Okay, right, what can we do to fix Galadriel? Yeah, well, medical... The healer we can't make because we have enough science, but we don't have access to metal. Is there any metal? There's metal over there which we can't get to unless we change yeah, we have no access to metal currently, unless we make another district, which I'm not doing tonight. Well, then I guess Galadriel is going to have to die. Or work inefficiently, I guess. Oh, right, our cogs is done. Right. So that one can be built, and then we can move we can migrate our shit over here. Right. Did anyone see the new Indiana Jones? No. I mentioned it earlier. One of my friends saw it, and he told me it was very bad. Like, the more he saw it, the worse the more he thought about it, the worse it got. However, he did say it was better than Crystal Skull. Whether that's the case, I don't know. I have not seen it yet. Getting another Frozen movie, that doesn't surprise me. Frozen 1 and 2 were massively successful. Yeah, and like, I see some people like shit on the first Frozen. First Frozen's fine. Okay, so I'm going to give it sort of 5-10 more minutes, and then I'm going to end the stream, because we've been going for nearly 5 hours, and those of you who want to jump in Discord, we'll probably do a round of Gardic Phone or something else. I'll do maybe a half an hour to an hour of something. I will, or we will decide, depending on who is in Discord. Wait, hold on, are we capped on planks? We're capped on planks. Shit, that's not good. Not planks. Logs. This is the problem, is I don't... So, what's happened here is... whoever's working here, Zach and Larry, still. You're gathering all the wood, and it's going straight there. Some of it is being turned into logs. Sorry, into planks. But the rest of it, I don't have enough workers to move it around. So we've got... everyone here... Weremy Jade is the only one here that's actually a person in chat. They're moving stuff around as needed, but they're not moving it around quickly enough because we've got so much wood and not enough to do, evidently. So... And yes, Eevee, Frozen 2 is not good, but I've only seen it once. I think I've only seen both of them once. Okay. Yeah, okay, what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna save it... Oh, shit, no! There we go, we're good. We didn't knock anything over. We're okay. Everything's fine. Cries in whiskey spilled over keyboard. That isn't what happened, we're good. Yeah, what I'm gonna do... I need to go for a wee. So we'll save Timberborn right about here. And I will end the stream. And those of you who want to play something in Discord... I will see you in chat in 5 minutes or so. Probably more like 2. But yeah, we'll leave Timberborn for now. We'll save it. Streamborn. We'll save it as that. And we'll come back to this at some point in the future. So, yeah, thank you. Those of you who aren't going to join in Discord, thank you for jumping in. I'm obviously away... for like a week as of Tuesday. Hopefully, I will be able to release the video, the Hobbit video, in 2 weeks today. However, I will give you guys an update on Discord or community posts on YouTube when I get an update from Warner Brothers and YouTube. So, yeah. It's out of my hands. We will have to see what happens. Which chat? Jump in whichever one everyone else jumps in if you're joining. I'll make sure everyone's in the same room because I can pull people into different rooms if someone's sat on their own. Right. I'm going to end the stream here, guys, and I'll see you in Discord in a couple of minutes.